I'm going to try something new today. It's Monday. I've got a lot of tools backed up in my collection of cool tools that I'm set to review for the next few months. But I thought I'd try something new and give you a preview of the tools that I'm looking at reviewing in case it's useful to you. I haven't tested really any of these tools. I'm looking at the ones that I have. A few of them I've played around with so far, but most of them are brand new to me and could be awful, but they still might be interesting. And they're all maker-related tools. And so I thought I'd go through them pretty quickly. I have links for all of them down here, which are Amazon affiliate links. Sorry, the audio for this clicking motion is awful, but there you go. Taking a look at the table. And I realized that things are like upside down and backwards, perhaps. But let's take a look anyways. I should also say all of these tools are, with the exception of one tool, all of these tools are under $10. And you can probably notice that from the links in the description. But this first one is the Komelon or Chameleon. It's not a chameleon, it's a Komelon. The Komelon Gripper Speedmark 25-foot tape measure. This is one of the best rated kind of off-brand tape measures on Amazon. What's it priced at? $7. $7 on Amazon. 25-foot tape measure, a nice wide tape. And the thing that I was really looking for was a tape measure that has the increment marks for 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch, 3/8. So instead of just going off of the lines, you actually have the markings for 5 1/8, 5 1/4, 3/8, all the way down the line. And it's extremely readable. Like the legibility on this, really big numbers, almost like large print numbers, at least for the first foot. And then still pretty legible, but a little bit smaller as it goes on. No real bells and whistles on this one. There's no like magnetic latch on the front. Nothing crazy. There's no like that little finger stop action on the bottom. There's none of that. But for $7, it's a really clean, well-written, well-designed, sturdy tape measure with a big standout. Like this goes out forever. And I've been liking it. This one I've actually been playing around with for the past month or so, and it's worked out well for me. Not a lot of complaints. I'll show it real quick compared to, I also got this isn't on there on the list, but this Cutter 25-foot tape measure. By comparison, there's a lot of things to be said about this one, but the tape legibility isn't quite as great. But we'll get to this one. So far for the money has been really good, and I can recommend it in good conscience. All right, next up I've got, this kind of a surprise. These came from my friend Brian Bennett, who helped me with the kitty at Maker Faire Bay Area this year. He showed me these. These are Tarp Clips. When I needed to cover up my go-kart at Maker Faire and leave it there overnight, I had a tarp to wrap around it, but it was kind of an awkward fit of a tarp, like where the actual little grommets are to bungee the tarp down aren't where you'd naturally want to wrap around the object. These fix that problem for you. If you're ever trying to wrap a tarp around something, you can just clip onto the tarp somewhere and ratchet it down, pinch the tarp, and then you've got a little grommet that you can bungee onto at any given point of the tarp, so you can get a nice tight fit. And it makes it a lot faster to get a tarp around something and bungee it down. I don't remember what these are priced at, but under $10 on Amazon, link in the description. I'm glad I found out about these, and I'm anxious to try them out. $7 for those two. All right, $8. This one could be a winner, could be a loser. I don't know yet. This is a panel carrying device for carrying around plywood. I've come across this problem a bunch. I don't know about you guys, but like plywood sheets are so awkwardly sized for carrying around that a carrier like this, I think, will come in handy. $8. It's plastic, but it's kind of like a high grade, like milk juggy plastic kind of feel. It doesn't feel like something that's going to break easily. A lot of people recommend these for carrying around panels of drywall too, but hopefully this will make me feel less like an idiot, not more like an idiot, less like an idiot carrying panels of plywood out of like Home Depot or something like that. Because you just need that little extra foot, right? And a half to be able to get to the bottom of the board to be able to carry it out. Yeah, if this solves that problem, especially if you're a one man or one woman show trying to carry around a panel of plywood, this seems like it would be really handy. But I don't know. What's up next? We have another untested tool, but I'm curious to try. Rinsing out a brush, or you can put a paint roll through this kind of flexible circle and squeegee out the paint from a paint roller. This is just kind of a general scraper, I believe, but this system right here could be real useful, especially the cleaning out the paint roller. And then it comes with this too. Now this screws onto your faucet and it puts a little shower of water through the middle. And again, it's for a paint roller. You put your paint roller through here to rinse it out. And it's like a little bath or shower for your paint roller to get your paint rollers clean. This combo for $5. This seems like the kind of thing that maybe you could 3D print too, or at least this one you could. This one, you got a little gasket here you'd have to source, but for the most part, it's just a kind of interesting plastic tool for cleaning paintbrushes and paint rollers. We'll see how it works. I don't know. Now here's the high price one. $15. A lot of money for a can of spray paint, but this is Rust-Oleum's 2-in-1 filler, Sandable filler and primer. And I got it as a way to smooth out 3D prints. It's kind of like a Bondo and primer all in one. And I've used it on some prints. I don't have them here to show you. They're inside the house. And there's not really much to show inside the can. That's the type of cap it uses, that kind of the bigger cap. And it hasn't clogged on me yet. And it dries quickly. And it lives up to what it's saying. It is sandable. But if you've got a lot of kind of lines in your 3D prints and they're relatively flat, easy to sand kind of surfaces, this will both fill in some of those lines and gaps and also give you a nice base to sand and paint on top of. It's pricey though. For $15 on Amazon, maybe you can find it cheaper locally. But it's a fairly unique product, and I've had some success with it so far. All right, $4. Check this out. I forgot who showed this to me. I was looking at somebody online who had one of these, and I immediately thought to go get what I say it was about $5. This is like a small little Exacto knife that you can get. If you don't really like kind of holding a pencil as an Exacto, I cut myself. You kind of hold it real close like this, and you have a little more control. You're supposed to have a little more control with it looping around your finger and being able to get up real close for details. It seems a little more ergonomic in some ways. And some people swear by this design. It was a new one to me, and I'll be curious to try it out. It does also come with a little cover, so you don't slice yourself, hopefully. And maybe that's what I found, was like a 3D printed cover for this, in case you lose this. But that seemed really interesting, and I think a great price for it. If you do detail work, like some of the photos on Amazon shows people carving their own stamps or wood blocks. It feels good in the hand so far. It feels very natural. I'm sure it solves someone's problem. We'll see how it works out for me. That was an unboxing. All right. Copper tape. This one was a new product. I don't have anything like this yet. This is Teegan Tape's copper foil tape. And it is what you think it sounds like. It is a copper foil based tape. The applications for it, I mean, it's conductive, so you can use it for kind of paper circuits type projects. And one of the primary purposes for it seems to be, or at least markets for it, is shielding on like audio equipment or guitar pickup chambers. Anywhere where you might want to do electrical shielding so that you don't get feedback or audio interference. Apparently also you can put this around your plants outside, and it will, like, slugs don't want to crawl on this, so it creates a barrier for slugs and snails. I heard about this. I got an email directly from this company. Actually, I got an email from Gaffer Power. I think this company might be a spinoff of Gaffer Power. I like their gaffer tape. But they sent out a discount code that I could redeem on Amazon to get this stuff. So I only got this for like a few bucks. I also noticed if you go to the Teegan Tapes website, again, this is not sponsored content or anything, but they'll give you a 25% off code currently that you can use on Amazon to get this stuff. Let's check it out, though. Let's cut off a little section. Hope you guys are liking this. I know it's a new thing, but I'm giving it a try. Hopefully it's not coming off too QVC-like. I just thought you guys might get a kick out of seeing the stuff that I have sitting in the box. Yeah, it's pretty sticky. Crinkly. It feels like a thin tin foil. And I don't know how to really demonstrate the stickiness of it, but that's on like wax paper. Don't know what to stick. I don't want to ruin my table, but yeah, it's pretty well stuck. But not duct tape sticky, but sufficiently sticky for creating a barrier on the inside of like doing shielding inside of a box or enclosure. Pretty neat. It starts looking pretty wrinkly pretty quick for what it's worth, and it's very thin, but I don't think that's necessarily a downside. And if you wanted to get this stuff for like little paper circuits work, you could really cut off thin strips of this pretty easily. I suspect they also sell a thinner width of this stuff for paper circuit stuff, but for the price, looks like it's pretty useful, and I'll be curious to try it out more and give you my opinion on it. What else do we have? I think this might be the last one. Did you know Crayola sells their kind of big dumb markers in single color 12 packs? I'm building out a draw bot that's going to use Crayola markers or just big markers like this to draw on the floor or draw on paper. and I just thought it was neat. I think I heard about this from Austin Kleon, who really loves these big, like Crayola style black markers for writing in his diary. I know they're not Sharpies, but there is something about the way these draw that some people like. Let's see if I can rip out a piece of paper here and show you. Yeah, it's a little bit. Oh, and a smudge too. It's not like a Sharpie. It's a very distinct and different kind of tool, but to be able to get a 12-pack of them for $5 seemed pretty cool. I also like this generic white box that they come in, and you can get them in different colors. You can get a 12-pack of red, you can get a 12-pack of blue, you can get a 12-pack of different Crayola markers. But if you're getting them for you know, a class project or a drawbot or something like that, I just thought it was cool to know that these are out there, and you don't have to get the whole rainbow colors. You can, like, I'm just a Crayola black. If you're raising a goth kid and you just want to have them have only black markers, you can just give them that instead. And that's it. That's all I want to do. That is a selection of different tools that I'm looking to spend some more time with and give a more thoughtful opinion on soon for cool tools. You can find all the links for them down in that description there. And those Amazon links help out my blog and cool tools. And that's it. I hope that was helpful or useful. Leave some constructive feedback in the